Okay, legends, welcome back to the channel with another Overlord Lord of Nazarick video. Now, I've been waiting a little bit for the devs to just settle down on the changes that they have been doing to Pinison and what are the abilities and the skills, and to test her and explain what's going on. And we did a lot of testing, and many things will make you maybe a little bit sad because it's not working as intended, or it's not working at all. We're gonna go and explain everything, and we're gonna talk about her and her outlet and how does she fit in teams. Is she good? Is she bad? Is she meta? Is she not? And then we're gonna explain a lot of things. Now, the factor that she is been picked consistently on CN to play in a PvP team or many PvP teams just for the sheer fact of her ability to put any unit under sleep for a long time and prolong the sleep as well. This is absolutely nice. Also under the stun conditions, if they're stunned, also she can prolong that, which is really great for a character like her. As she's a mage, she deals decent amount of damages. She's one of the highest damage dealers in the game, but sadly she's not doing that lately. We're gonna be talking about her now. She's an emerald faction, she's a mage. Also, we have an upgrade for a 9th for Henry and for Lukrut. So we're gonna talk about her. What is good about her? Basically, she's super speedy as well as a mage because she goes to 193, which is the highest or one of the highest characters in the high bracket of speed, which is really decent. Her art looks amazing, plus they give her also an outfit. Let me show you the outfit before we go and talk about her. So if you're gonna go to the shop, go to the outfits. If you missed that, she's here and her pink outfit is there. And it looks beautiful, actually. It's cute. So if you want to go and get her outfit, it will be actually nice. Now, let's talk about our little mage fairy that is Pinison. Absolutely beautiful. She has one of the highest attacks now. She's not as high as Mare, as Idol Shatir in attack, but she's almost there. She does a lot of damages, incredible with her AoE. Now, she's not tanky at all. She does lack in defense and magical defense. In HP, she's okay. This is a high B rating. It means low A rating, which is okay for her. And the magical defense is kind of good, especially if you're playing her with CZ, and CZ will give you magical support or magical defense. Now, how do you play her? She's a unit that plays around EP for the sleep. So you need to build her on EP, you need to build her on speed, and you need to build her on attack. Now, as we said before and always, EP and speed goes together because of the enchantment. When you enchant on a ring shot and you get it to a high tier at 6, let's say level 6, you get 4 speed extra as a bonus substat on the enchantment. If you get it to plus 10, you get plus 10 speed. 10 speed is absolutely nice. That puts her at 203 speed without the gears getting any substats in speed. This also buffs her with EP because she goes high on EP as well. And she's a unit that you would love to build her on EP. Do not build her on crit or crit damage. Every character I've seen like that dropped a tank, a healer, a support, a carry, whatever it is, everybody goes and build them on crit rate and crit damage, even if they're not supposed to be played on crit rate and crit damage. For her, do not focus on that. She's gonna deal decent amount of damages, and hopefully they're gonna fix the damages multipliers by her. We'll be talking about that and explaining everything. So let's talk about her passive first. So they did change her passive, which was saying that upon, where is it here? Upon entering the battle, 20% of her FX pen, it transfers into attack. Now it became EP into attack. And you can see that on the leader skills as well. I'm gonna show it later. So it was EP. It wasn't EP all along. Now let me explain. On CN, when they were playing her, she was dealing extra damages with her ultimate, with her second skill less damages, and with her first skill less damages. Although that her second skill says that the multiplier is highest, 170% of attack for AoE instead of 144% of attack and EP. So it means her second skill should deal more damages than her ultimate. Yet her ultimate was dealing a little bit more damage. Now FX pen, what was it all about? It wasn't EP, and we did a lot of testing. I talked with a lot of players. As you know, I have my friends that are playing in the Chinese servers for years so far, and they told me the FX changed also on the Chinese servers, and there's a debate on their platforms talking about how this messed up actually their gameplay, and the tier list is gonna be scrambled a little bit for these units that depend on FX pen. FX pen was what we believe that is the damage multiplier of the ultimate of the characters. So even though it's EP now, or they change it into EP, it was before the damage that you deal with your ultimate and bypasses any defenses. So 20% was here, FX pen, it means 20% ignoring to magical defense, physical defense, and damage reduction. So it goes through that. It's considered true damage. But now this is not the point. They change it because there's nothing that explains in the game what is FX pen, but it was like this in the game. So right now, what happened? And we did test that. I'll be talking about it when we hit level 4 and talk about the level 4. So it goes to level 4, 40%, transfer into EP. So the more that you build her on P, she supposedly will do attack, or transfer them into attack and deal more damages with her skills. Good. Gains 1 stack of nourishment upon acting, and gain 1 additional stack of nourishment when successfully inflicting or extending sleep. So nourishment, a mechanism or a mechanic effect that cannot be dispelled, increases EP by 10% and speed by 2, stackable up to 10 times. It means your speed goes up by 20 points, which is great if you get the nourishment. It means on the combo meter or on the meter down there where you have your gauge, or where the turn meter that you put to, when she does her skill, she doesn't go back in the end with the 20 speed and her maximum speed. If she's speedy, she goes like 30% extra or 40% extra. That puts her above other units that already slow on speed or have lower turn meter rate, that will go always. They're gonna do their skill, they're gonna go back to the end of the line, not a little bit in advantage. So this is great for her, and she increases her AP as well. So the 20% that she loses, or the 40% that she loses, she makes it up when she stacks her nourishment, which it cannot be dispelled. This is why she's one of the consistent units to actually put sleep or do the debuffs on your enemies, even though they have high ER. Only thing that can block it completely is debuff immunity, which you can get from different characters. So when nourishment reaches max stacks, Pinison has a 100 basic chance upon attacking to copy 1 debuff from the target hit to another enemy. So this is at 5 stars actually. Yes, this is 5 stars. You don't get it immediately, you get it at 5 stars. So when she goes at max stacks, it means 10 times, 10 stacks, she can go and actually copy a debuff that is on an enemy already existing. Let's say it's the only debuff that they have is stun. She can copy that stun and put it on somebody else. Stun is a debuff, sleep is a debuff, silence is a debuff, taunt is a debuff. She can copy all of that. One of them at least. If there's only one, it will mean she will 100% copy that one. If it was 2 debuffs, there's a 50-50 to copy 1 debuff from the others. Now, at level 2, gains 1 additional stack of nourishment whenever an ally's debuff are blocked or immunized. It's not saying it when it's removed or cleansed. When you actually, like the enemy wanna debuff you, but you resist the debuff, you get she gets 1 stack of nourishment, which is really good. Or when you get immunized, it means when they get the debuff immunity on themselves, also she gonna get a stack, which is really good. The AP scales to 40%. When gaining nourishment, purifies 1 debuff as well, so she becomes a dispeller as well, or a cleanser at the same time, which is beautiful. This is a beautiful passive. It sets up her skills very good. This is one of the great buffs that a character can have for their skills, and it goes well with everything that she does. Now, what I was talking about the 40%, you would tell me, oh, Pika, 40% is huge. 40% of EP, we're gonna take 40% EP, make it 40% attack. Actually, it's not like that. It's supposed to be better by the testing that they said and how it was explained. 40% of her total EP will be removed and given as an attack. So it's even better than 40% flat, like taking only 40% and giving it as attack. That means she becomes the highest damage dealer in the entire game. Even after the release of Zeshi, Zeshi does not deal half the damage that Pinison does. Now, what did Pinison did when we went and tested her? She barely deal any kind of damage. She got nerfed when they transferred this into EP. Now, either there's 2 things that might happen. Either the coding conflicted, there's a problem in the coding, or they disabled this, because if this was given to her, she would be the most broken unit in damage in the entire game. She would be the highest damage dealer in the game. Nobody can compare. Let me explain. Lately, we've been playing a lot of games, and you can check from here. So I'm gonna show you something. So if we're gonna go and check Mario, right? We're gonna go to strategy and check the rankings. So let's say Nubu. Big shout out to this guy. Nubu had Mario at 11K or something like that. After the update, it went to 8.5. Now, he didn't change the gear. It was the same gear. I checked out. He does have everything back on him. He didn't reset him. It's at the level 100 Mario. And it dropped. It was at 10K or 11K or something. It had the highest attack. And Sin also, or Slash had it at 13 or 11 or 10 or something also dropped, and it was like 10 point or 11 point something and dropped. What did happen? With the update, something wrong happened with the game, and now the multipliers, the damages, the attack are not completely correct. We're waiting for them. Even turn meter, when you're playing the fights, it will show you something different than the other thing that you want to see. Plus, we played her at 7.5k attack, so 40%. She was at 4-star or 5-star. So, and he upgraded her passive. It means she immediately at the start of the battle converts 40% of her AP into attack. Let's say only 40%, so it's 100% EP, she takes 40 and she drops it on the attack. Or if it's in total of the 100% is 40%, it also take 40%, okay? Let's say it was 100. So the dude added 3,000 extra damage, 3,000 extra attack points to the 7.5 and hits me. How much HP did my team lose? That's without shield, just raw damage, no damage reductions or whatever on my sets. It had a little bit of magical defense and a little bit of defenses. I lost almost 5% HP to 10% HP on all of my units. And this is with no Congeal, no defensive buffs or no whatever. Now, previously, also another mage at 6 stars, which is the one that I played before, was Mari. Before the update, also had 10k, she had 10.5. Now, that player had 10k actually attack to hit me. He hit me with 10k attack on my characters. He immediately, the same lineup, he killed 3 units immediately on the attack with Mari. Now, we swapped the sets of Pinison, and I asked my friend to go and help me out. He has a 6-star Pinison, and we tested with Mari and we tested with her. Mari attacked me, also killed 2 units or 3 units on my lineup. So I told him, put Pinison now, give her the sets of Mari, let her start. She started, she hit me with the AoE as well, with the second skill and the first skill, and the ultimate, we tried it. And she still didn't deal even 10% of damages on my team. And she had higher scaling than Mari. She did even more damages. He had her at everything, 6-star Pinison, 6-star Arclight. She still doesn't deal that much damage. Either they turned off this skill, when they fixed it, they turned off the AP. It does not register. This is just ink on paper, which does not register. There's no codes for it in the game. Or the coding is messed up and they didn't make it completely correct because they changed it from FX pen to EP. I hope devs listen. I hope they watch this video. We did a lot of testing. Imagine you have like 50k attack, okay? You still can't one-shot. You still can't one-shot. You can't one-shot SR characters. My Hamske didn't die. Hamske, 6-star Hamske with 6-star Arclight for Hamske with good set. The set was, I was playing Chase set on him, Stars set, and he couldn't get actually to 50% of his HP. He didn't even lose 80% of HP. With Pinison, which is one of the highest damage dealers in the game, by the way. And with this multiplier, if we read it correctly, if they go and transfer 40% of the AP, which she gets a lot actually, also by Nourishment, she will get more EP. If it's the total percent of the EP, it means she's gonna get 10 stacks here by 10, that's 20%, plus EP. If you build her on like 120, she will get a lot of EP. It means she should one-shot with everything, even with her single target attack, but she doesn't. She's so weak right now. This character is supposed to be better than this. Just I wanted to highlight this, so for everybody that are a little bit confused what's going on, this is actually what happens. Now let me tell you something about the sleep. People think that the sleep, oh, it's just like the stun, it doesn't have any effects. Well, you actually take more damage or take more crit. Let me go and read it. So a debuff that immobilized target, just like stun. The target wake up upon being attacked, so you don't want to attack them again with an AoE skill. And their crit received is increased, crit rate received, not damage, by 30% while asleep. So when they're sleeping, they take 30% extra crit rate. So if you have some unit at 70% and you hit him with that unit, it means they take 30% extra. It means 100% their attack will crit on them. That's even huge on her. Now her first skill, Forced Energy. Nice, I never read the first skill. So, she deals magical damage equal to 100% of her attack, single target of course, and hitting grants 50% basic chance of inflicting high tier ER down, which is 60%, no longer 40%. ER down is 40%, high tier ER is 60% down on ER. It means she lowers the ER a lot. This is why we see her consistently inflicting sleep and stun on your team. Taunts are working because of her first skill when she hits with the first skill, if you want to use it. And it goes up to dealing magical damage at 120%, and hitting grants 100% basic chance to inflict high tier ER when you get it to level 4, which is really decent. Her second skill, and this is one of the skills that I love a lot actually, because she inflicts silence and she deals a lot of damage. Let's talk about it. So these magical damage equal to 140% of attack. This is an AoE actually, and hitting grants 100 basic chance to inflict silence on the target for 1 round, plus her EP buffs on herself, plus you build her on EP. 100% will be higher than 100%. Great. Now, it increases actually, and it gets to level 5, and her damages go to 170% of attack as magical damage. If the target is immobilized, the duration of the silence is extended for 2 rounds. So if they're already sleeping, okay, or stunned or anything, and you hit them with that, even if they wake up, the silence will be extended for 2 rounds, not only 1 round, which is really, really great. Now her ultimate, which is you upgrade it when you get to 4 stars, and then when you get to 6 stars. Let's talk about it. So it's an AoE. Also, all of the debuffs that are the toxic debuffs in the game for one specific character with her kit is implemented with her. These magical damage equal to 120% of attack. That goes up to 144% of attack. Still decent. Hitting grants 100 basic chance to inflict speed down. Speed down, as we said, removes 20% of your speed. It means when you start the combo or when you finish your hit and go back on the turn meter, you're gonna get a lower chance to not get boosted up. It's 20% of speed down, which is really huge. And crit damage resistance down. It means if you crit them, you might sometimes, it reduces the damage that you take from the crit damage because you have crit damage resistance. This one gives you crit damage resistance down by 30%, which is good as well. So crit build based, if you hit with the ultimate and they get this, it means your critical damage will deal the damage that it's intended to do. So before using the skill, gains the 3 Wrath for 2 rounds. What is the 3 Wrath? The 3 Wrath is a buff that she gains, so a mechanic effect that cannot be dispelled as well. The bearer gains control immunity, and after using an active skill, additionally release Dream on the enemy. Now, Dream deals magical damage equal to 50% of attack to all enemies. Hitting grants 50% basic chance to inflict sleep on all targets for 1 round. A Dream does not awaken the targets in sleep status. So, what does that mean? This means that Dream is an extra damage that you deal after doing the ultimate, but the extra damage when it triggers, it does not awake them from the sleep. It continuously keeps them sleeping, and you can continue your turn, which is absolutely huge. Now, at 4 stars, in the 3 Wrath, when the buff you get the 3 Wrath status, attacking sleep targets does not awaken them and has 50% fixed chance to extend the sleep duration for 1 round. This is why it's crucial to have her at 4 stars. This is the build that you want to get her at. It means when you drop a copy of her, go and increase her bond, you get 30 shards. After 10 days of farming 3 shards in this patch, you're gonna get another 30 shards. That's your second copy. That's 4 stars. So 10 days is the maximum thing that you want to wait for if you pulled her. And then you're gonna have her consistently putting sleep on the enemies because she have high EP and she gains a lot of EP by her buffs. Okay, at 6 stars, hitting grants 100 basic chance to reduce the target's max HP by 20%. You see these white things that when you play victim, he removes 50% of his HP and it becomes white stripes. It means he does not own this HP anymore. Like the character have half HP as his maximum HP. She does remove 20% and you will see white stripes on yourself. Just like Khajiit. Khajiit does that with his ultimate, she does it as well. Which cannot be dispelled. It cannot be dispelled, but it's only for 2 rounds. So you can gain it back later and heal it off. If the target is immune to max HP down, deals true damage equal to 20% of their max HP, capped at 500% of her attack. It means if she can't remove or remove max HP from them, because they have some debuff or immunity or something, debuff immunity, maybe debuff immunity, she goes and deals damage to them up to 500% of her attack. 20% of their max HP, she gonna remove it. Now, on top of the damages that she does, with the AP buff that is 40%, and remove 20% of their max HP, like immediately disappear 20% of their max HP, or deals damage equal to 20% of their max HP. This is a fixed number that you can't change. There is no reductions that reduces the 20%. They should lose 20%. When she's dealing damage, this is what I'm losing. I'm losing 20% or taking the maximum attack, and that's it. But this is at level 6, at 6 stars. You need to get her to 6 stars to deal this incredible amount of damage. Still, she's not dealing that much damage. This is why I'm disappointed. I love this character. I wanted to pull her, but because she's bugged and they'll have a lot of things. But again, if you want a good PvP lineup or PvE lineup, she's good in PvP and PvE. She's meta in the stunlock teams and in the sleeping teams. She's absolutely toxic. by the way, because she gains speed and she becomes, you're gonna see her. She does her attacks, she sleeps units, and you're gonna go and use your skills with your characters, and then you're gonna see her, oh, she's taking turn after you. How did she take turn? Because she gets a lot of speed buffs by Nourishment. These magical damage up to 144, and she has skill cooldown -1. You can play Vertari set. I highly recommend playing Vertari set, not for the crit rate. Forget the crit rate. Just for refreshing, you have a 40% chance to refresh the cooldown for this. It means reduce the cooldown for this. It means 2 rounds of cooldown. We have on her second skill, it's 2 rounds. We don't have any reduction. If you play Vertari, she can use it every single round, which is really great also for a character like her. Now her arc light. Let's talk about her arc light. So it gives her EP as well. You see the trend where we're going, and it goes up to 20%. This is also huge. It's like maximum stacks of Nourishment. And this is like 5 stacks of Nourishment immediately at level 1. So, increases the damage dealt by paralyzed targets by 10%. What means any target that is stunned, any target that is slept, she deals extra damages to them. Goes up to 20%, starts at 10%. Increase attack by 2.5 after successfully inflicting debuffs on the enemy twice. So every 2 times you inflict debuffs on the enemies, you get 2.5, and it goes to 5%. Up to 15%, this is at 1 stars, it does stack to 30% when you get it to 6 stars. Very, very important arc light on her, specifically for the EP and the damages that she adds for the target that are stunned, and the damages that she adds for herself. Again, why is she not dealing that much damages in the game? I just explained for you. Either coding in the system, either the code does not work, the AP is not registering. We did many fights, like over 100 fights. I'm not even exaggerating. We spent hours, we were laughing, we were trying to study stuff. Some people were trying to break the game with going and data mining, so to check the game files, is there something missing? Did they screw up in somewhere? And they did. And I hope it does not affect our characters or our leaders. Because if you want to go and check our leaders, so let me check here, let me show you here. So we have this skill. So this skill, where is it? Something like this one. So was it EP? Yeah, EP. So it's every ally from the Garnet faction is in the battle. Irons increase his attack by 10%, and his EP now by 30%. It means he can inflict the debuffs that he has even more consistently. Now, this was not even the case, because it was when we played the Garnet faction, it wasn't only 10% degree, like he almost one-shot with his ultimate if you're playing against weaker opponents or in story mode. So it was the FX pen, it means the ultimate or the skill, the AoE, the attack that you use here. It was dealing extra damages as FX pen. It means the ultimate skill. And now they changed it to EP. And they didn't explain to us, oh, it was supposed to be EP. It was always EP because there's FX resistance. Well, you didn't remove the FX resistance. Did they remove the FX resistance? Let me go and check it. I think Victim has something called FX resistance. Did they change it? Did they fix it? Or is it saying FX resistance? Here we go. So they fixed something. They forgot to fix something else. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. If I'm a dev, I really love my game and I care for it, man, I wouldn't let these things slip. Like I would do in my coding, anything that mentions FX, just highlight it. Oh, it's here, it's there, it's everywhere. Let's go and convert it. It's like, it's very easy to code typing. If there's something, if this is really, I'm gonna tell you something, a secret that you must understand. I did my share of working. I'm a software engineer as well, and a developer for many apps and softwares before. When I change texts, I do an update, let's say heavy texting, like I change a lot of text, everything. Okay, only text, not changing the mechanic of the game or the application. And I do something for for her. Let's say it's always have been EP. It was never supposed to be something else. It was always EP. I just changed FX pen into EP in the coding. It's like 10 megabytes. 20 megabytes, let's say, of text change, maybe addition, maybe the word EP is bigger than the word FX pen. And this is a small change, right? Okay. When they drop an update and then an update after it, and then an update after it, one with 166 megabytes, then one with 80 megabytes, then one with 50 megabytes, they're not changing texts. We're not stupid. If you don't know anything about software, You're not stupid. It's not your major. But I'm not stupid. I'm a software engineer. And it's not changing text. They're changing abilities. They're changing something, disabling something or enabling something. And it didn't work well. And I hope that they listen to this. Just give explanation. Be transparent. Be clear with your player base. Some people paid money for this. If they compensate because your lack of giving knowledge or giving the accurate results, or you don't know how to fix it now because you're rushing in, who's working on this? I know there's a vacation now. I know the devs are from a different part of it. They're Asian. They have holidays right now. But it doesn't mean that you need to neglect the game or understand or put it on hold. Remove the character. Compensate with diamonds, give them back the summons, or tell them the update will come later, we apologize, give them mass compensation. 20 summons, like it's in-game currency you're giving everybody for free. Imagine they give you like 20 rings. You're still gonna be mad, but you're gonna like, oh, 20 rings, that's a lot, that's 2 multis. They would never do that. They would never. I've been begging the mods, I've been begging on Discord. You can go and ask, you can see my comments. You can ask me for that, I will share it with you as screenshots. I've been begging for a code that gives us half a multi. I asked for 300 diamonds as a code for 300 diamonds. That tiny, little small code. They still didn't give us. I don't understand why. Is it too hard? Is it like, oh, we're giving, damn, we need to take only? Like, come on. You did a mistake. And this character, right now, it failed. It failed miserably. On the Chinese servers, it was playing fine. It was perfect. And then you gave us, what did you do, man? Like, if you can't admit that you made a mistake, is it ego? Is it like, FX pen, yeah, we didn't explain it, okay, we're gonna change it into EP and hopefully it will be better. It will be like this. We didn't explain it before, it was our bad. Mistake, yeah, this is 1,600 diamonds, compensation. But to go and change it and say, it was always EP, but it's mistranslation, that's all. You don't need to make a big deal about it. Like brush it off as nothing. No, we're not idiots, man. You don't drop almost half a gigabyte of an update and call it was text changing or fixing a text. You were fixing files, characters, and abilities. That's all what I wanted to say, okay? Because you ruined the giveaway that I was doing. I'm so salty, man. Because there's like 15 people saying, because they played the Chinese and they were saying FX pen, it's the increasing of ultimate dealing damage and bypassing something like immunities, shields, damage reductions, something like that. And now you said it's EP and you said it on the Discord. Anyway, that was it for the video. Let me know about your opinion. Tell me how the games went for you. Did you see a change after the update? Didn't you see any changes? And I'll see you in the next one.